Fruit Friday! It's week 13 and we're talking about mangosteen and what it was like to be in Thailand during COVID. This is mangosteen or mankut in Thai. Honestly, these taste like candy. They are so sweet and juicy. I don't know a single person who doesn't love them. The trick to buying good mangosteen is getting them when they are in season, which usually peaks from June to August. During this time, you'll be able to find them for 20 to 60 baht per kg. I got this bag of 4 kg for 100 baht. If they're more expensive than that, they're probably out of season and might not be the best. To open them, you can just pinch and twist or peel the top and bottom half apart. Just be careful because the skin can stain. Fun fact, if you look at the little flower on the bottom, you'll be able to tell how many pieces will be inside. There will always be a couple of bad ones in every bunch, so don't be surprised if you get one that's rock hard or one that tastes a little bit like alcohol inside. Just toss it and move on to the next one. I moved to Thailand just before the pandemic at the end of 2019, so basically my first 2 years here were spent in lockdown and the aftermath of COVID. Now, obviously, it was really sad to see people dying, businesses suffering, and just the general effect the loss of tourism had on the country as a whole. But that aside, I felt pretty lucky to be stuck in Thailand for those 2 years. At the beginning, lockdown here was really strict. There was a curfew, all the schools, bars, restaurants, and gyms were closed. They stopped selling alcohol, and you weren't allowed into any grocery store, market, or 7-Eleven without a mask on. Since my school was shut down, I spent most of my days hanging out on the beach with friends and doing a lot of outdoor workouts. Eventually, my school transitioned to online learning, so I was working part-time hours teaching my students remotely. Once the cases of COVID were contained, the borders remained closed, but things started slowly opening up again within the country. We were allowed to eat at restaurants and the curfew was lifted, and I actually think the Thai government did a great job at trying to stimulate the economy during this time. They offered Thai citizens a certain amount of money each month that could be used to pay for up to 50% of their bill at restaurants and hotels, which encouraged people to get out and spend money again. And obviously, since I'm not Thai, I did not receive this money, but my Thai friends were more than happy to share these benefits with me. So it was truly amazing to be able to explore so many beautiful places without any other tourists around, not to mention most hotels were heavily discounted and many paid attractions became free. The one that was most memorable to me, though, was being in Phuket and being the only person, seriously, the only one walking along Kata Beach at sunset. If you were to go to Kata Beach today, you could barely even see the beach because it's so packed with beach chairs and bars and crowds of people. So I felt really lucky to be able to see it in all of its beauty with no one else around. At the time, I was in Phuket for 2 weeks for the Sandbox quarantine program. So when they first started allowing tourists back into the country, they were requiring them to be quarantined for 2 weeks in a hotel room in Bangkok, which sounded miserable. I went home for the first time once they announced the Sandbox Reentry program, which allowed you to quarantine on an island for 2 weeks. As long as you tested negative for COVID on arrival, you could leave your hotel room and travel freely, and after a second negative test and 14 days on that island, you could travel freely throughout the country. I'll never forget those 2 weeks. I met some incredible friends who I'm still in contact with today, and I even celebrated my birthday with a jeep tour of the island, all while enjoying the beauty of that paradise in a way that will probably never happen again. What a time. Anyway, mangosteen are so good on their own that I rarely make them into anything else. That being said, I have made yam mangkut before, which is just a spicy mangosteen salad. I'm not going to show you a recipe in this video, but if you find my green mango video on YouTube, basically you can follow the same process to make yam mat muang. Just use mangosteen instead of the shredded green mango, and you'll have a spicy mangosteen salad. Thank you for watching this week's Fruit Friday episode. Come back next week for episode 14.